In just 14 days, Portugal has been battered with 5 consecutive storms, and it's been a constant fight against wind and water, and honestly, the country is completely exhausted at this point. We were first hit by Storm Ingrid and then Storm Joseph. Both of them brought a lot of rain and a lot of wind. And then the third one was Storm Ingrid, then Storm Leonardo, and finally the one that started yesterday and it's still ongoing today, though a lot calmer, Storm Marta. The most violent of the three was the third one, Storm Ingrid, and the peak of its activity was on January 28th between 4 a.m. and I would say 4:30 in the morning. We were asleep and we started hearing a really loud noise, all of this wind clashing against the house. Everything was shaking, the house was shaking. The windows seemed like they were gonna pop out of the window frames on the wall. I got out of bed, I was panicking, I never felt so scary in my life. And I was just holding on to the windows, because I can't even describe to you the power of the wind that was clashing against the house. It was a lot, you know? To give you an idea of the scenario, we were being hit with winds of 180 kilometers per hour, which is like 111 miles per hour of constant, strong, violent wind. And the storm left a wake of destruction in its path that I'd never seen before. The forest next to our house is snapped in half. All the pine trees, they literally snapped in half. A lot of houses are gone. A lot of roofs just simply were popped out of place. Solar panels, gates, walls, cars flipped, people lost their lives. It's crazy. These last 2 weeks, we've been in sort of survival mode, you know. We've been checking on neighbors to make sure that our community is safe and okay. We've been helping them with fixing roof tiles, they've been helping us. I go there to visit and to check on them, and I bring food, I try to help where I can. That morning we just packed the bags and left the house, literally. We went to our friend's house. They live like half an hour away from us. They've also been affected, but not as badly as us because we live right in front of the ocean. They're a bit more inland, but still the impact was massive in their area. But what I was gonna say is they had no services, so no power, no water, no internet, no phone signal because the antennas were destroyed. But at least they weren't alone and we weren't alone either. So we spent 3 nights there, and then on Sunday we went to an Airbnb that's actually close to their house as well. It's like a 10-minute drive. So now we're roughly 40 minutes away from our place, and I've been going there every other day because it's been raining a lot, and I just wanted to make sure that we had no water coming into the house, which we did, just a tiny bit. It's already fixed, so let's hope that it stays like that. And yeah, we've just been talking to people and checking in on people. The Airbnb has power and running water, so that gives us a bit of comfort as well. And there's mobile data, so 5G. Although there's no internet, no fiber internet, we've been able to communicate, we've been able to work a bit because my wife and I both work remotely, so we've been able to do that a bit, and just brought us a bit of like normality, if you get what I'm saying. A lot of rambling, but it needed to be done because I needed to give you some context, because these last 2 weeks have been something. Yeah, so we're gonna head out. I'm in my car, obviously, going to a location that I've been driving through these last few days that we've been staying here at the Airbnb. And I think that's gonna be an interesting starting point to these projects. Checking in to give you a quick update, it's now the next day, it's February 9th, Monday, and yesterday I told you that I was gonna shoot at the location where I was driving to, which was in Alcobaça, and when I got there the scene was still amazing to shoot, all the conditions were there. I was super hyped, but because it didn't rain that much between Saturday and Sunday, people were actually being able to go to their houses and do some repairs, grab some stuff, and I didn't want to shove a camera on their face. So I stood around for a bit. I shot a few clips here and there. Shot a few clips of a field that had a lot of roof tiles, which is crazy because the nearest houses are like 200 to 300 meters away. So that just goes to show you like the strength of the winds that battered this area of Portugal. It's crazy. There's debris everywhere. And yeah, I didn't shoot that much because I didn't want to be the person hanging out with a camera while everyone was tending to their houses, to their belongings, or what was left of their houses and belongings. So I had an interaction with a few police officers. We were just talking about the status of things, and I crossed a few do not cross police tapes. And when I saw them walking towards me, I thought I was going to be in trouble, but they were actually only checking the area for accesses and to check if the roads were still flooded or underwater. So they just talked to me for a bit, and they were nice. They went their way, and I ended up helping a lady put a tarp and a few bricks on top of a shed in her front yard. So that was nice. But yeah, didn't shoot that much. And afterwards I decided to drive to Nazaré. So I was really close to our house actually. And I went to shoot at the marina because there's a part of the marina where they have big old boats standing on stilts. And these boats are rough. I think they're like abandoned there. They're like permanently parked there and just forgotten. And I thought that with the strong winds that we had, that a few of them might have been knocked down, I mean. A couple of them did, and I took a few photos. I didn't get any B-roll because I don't know if you've ever attempted to take a camera to a marina or to a place where there's a lot of fishermen. They look at you in a really dodgy way. They are super wary of cameras. So I just set the settings on my Fuji and just took a few photos here and there, but no B-roll. And yeah, afterwards we came to the house, my wife and I, and whilst we were here, we actually got power back on, which is crazy because we thought it was only gonna be back on like at the end of the month. So this is super exciting, and there's still no fiber internet. That we're sure is gonna come like by the end of the month or later, but our Wi-Fi, our mobile data seems to be working fine, so we can actually hotspot internet to our work laptops, to our TV, to watch our movies, our shows. So we should be moving back home tomorrow, Tuesday, February 10th, which is really exciting. So yeah, good news. And the weather is looking super foggy and beautiful today. So I'm actually gonna go out since I'm here, and I'm gonna go to maybe 1 or 2 locations to shoot at. And yeah, just wanted to check in, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit. So I decided to drive down the road to a village called São Pedro de Moel, which is also right in front of the ocean like our house, but in here there's a bunch more houses compared to where we live, and a lot of these houses are quite old, so the damage seems to be big in here. There's not a lot of people around, and it seems like they've only just reopened the area because it was taped off due to all the trees that were on the road, all the tiles, everything, pieces of roof. So I want to show you around a bit, and I'm going to take some photos, but I don't want to get in the way of the cleaning operations. But I'm going to show you how everything is around here. There's a lot of roof tiles everywhere. In here it's not looking that bad, but I'm sure that they've already cleaned up a bunch of stuff. Gonna go up the road a bit to see how things are going on in here, but I can see that they've got power back on, so at least that. I actually drive past this house a bunch of times and I know for a fact that it's abandoned, but this one got it bad. The windows were barged open, roof tiles flew, chimney fell, completely destroyed. I've been walking around the area and there's a bunch of activity today actually. There's police, firefighters, there's a lot of people from ICNF, which is the Institute for the Conservation of Nature and Forests, and they're cutting down a bunch of the trees that fell during the storm. They're clearing out roads, accesses to the forest as well, and I'm gonna explore the forest in a different video because that's gonna be a beast of its own, and a lot of the accesses to the forest are cut, so I'll probably have to walk a bunch without a car. So yeah, I'm gonna show you some shots that I've taken here and there. But yeah, here's the view from São Pedro de Moel, where I'm at right now. Super foggy. I love this weather. Starting to rain more. The wind is picking up a bit, not too much though, but I wanted to check in because this area is crazy. There's so many wires, like electrical poles on the ground and live wires on the ground. Just look at this scene. This is just one of many. Don't know if you can see it. You got big ass medium tension cable there. There's a bunch of them all over the place. So I've been trying not to step on them. Just took a few photos of basketball slash tennis or badminton slash paddle courts that we have here. And the paddle panel that divides, because it's the middle one, it was divided by a glass wall, that was supported by these strong metal beams, and they've been completely ripped off the ground, just to give you an idea of the winds that we got here. Crazy. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot more for me to photograph, and the Osmo isn't waterproof. My Fuji is soaked and it's not waterproof either. Oh, just look, a bunch more cables here. There's so much destruction in this area, it's crazy. More cables, more down the road. So yeah, I'm gonna make my way back to the car. If I see another photo opportunity, I'll take a photo, but I'm not gonna film more in here, not gonna record anymore. So I think this is gonna be the end of this video, and I'm sure there's gonna be at least another one, because there's so much stuff that I want to document in the forest, and hopefully I'll get to shoot it on film, and it's gonna be more quiet because it's in the forest, so not many people around, if any. So yeah, I hope this first video was decent. I hope you liked it. I talked a lot, but I had to give you context, and just wanted to document the scenes that I've been witnessing these last few days, share them with you. And yeah, like the video if you like it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.